What's fracking, cousins? Your big cousin Johnny Ducati, aka Ducati Poppy, open road, lonely soul. It's the defamed racer, baby. You know the vibes. So today I've been made this video, but I gotta redo it because it wouldn't upload. But it wouldn't upload, and today we're gonna be talking about the JBP coming back together. The JBP boys back to business, right? You know, Rory and Mal are back, and we gonna break down the fuckery and the shenanigans, and which is Joe Budden. We gonna break all that shit down and why y'all niggas is stupid to believe I'm gonna fuck it, we in it. Look, anyways, we gonna break this shit down. I'm gonna try to find it, and I'm gonna tell you why. If you on Joe's side, why you stupid. Not even stupid. If you on Joe's side, then why you not a real nigga? Only real niggas understand why Rory and Mal was pissed off. And before anything, I don't like when Mal first came on the pod, I was fucking with Mal. I really was fucking with Mal cause Rory's always been my favorite. But when Mal came on, Mal was making it kind of rough because Mal was saying some real shit, bro. And this is before you can tell after Mal got canceled on Twitter after he got canceled on Twitter, when they start really getting their peak clout and shit. When he got canceled on Twitter, he was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that shit no more. So then he started changing the tone, his tone. But when Mal first came on, that was a wildin' ass man. My bad for this squeaky ass everything. But when he first came on, that was a wildin' ass man. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to you. But I fell off with Mal because he was saying some bullshit. But I'm gonna explain to you why that's a real nigga, bro. That is a real nigga. We gonna try to break this shit down in the best ways I can. Hopefully, let me see if Trayvon actually put the little timestamps over here, cause that's what I need. No, he didn't. Fuck Savon. See right here, first thing, I don't even know if y'all can see that, but Mal loyal on another level, Joe on some business shit, for real. Mal and Joe's friendship took more of a hit than Rory, who he actually had actual problems with. Okay, so let me see.
This part. Microphone check 1 2. What is this?
I'm not watching this. Let's break it down.
Yeah, man, you go through your IG and think that's what you still look like, and it's like, oh yeah, that was in 20. Back to my story. Just trying to go in chronological order here.
Sure.
One thing also I don't like. One thing I want to say too is I don't like Parks. I fuck with Parks. Parks is cool. I have no issue with Parks. But you could tell where Parks sides, and Parks says little shit he'll say sure, they'll say, let's see if I can even get here. Oh, I hope this video isn't so long.
And some things transpire over the weekend. Some misunderstandings, some assumptions, some ideas, some male ego happened. Some prideful things. Some things were said that were meant. Some things that were said that were not meant. And I just stay in Atlanta.
It's a good place to hide out. Let things boil over.
I went to Magic City.
Let's see.
Start from the beginning at the top of the list.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, have
Situations like this.
Go hip hop. Well, you and I spoke right before you addressed the listeners without us, and it was a quick combo. I just said to you, don't get crazy, and we'll be all right.
Even when you watch this, if you watch the way Rory's moving, you can tell he's still turned up on the inside, but has to just chill out because he just has to chill out. But you can tell that shit's still sitting with him. That shit's crazy because he doesn't even watch. Just watch how he's talking.
But yeah, I guess we could start when I'm
look at his shoulders and look at his hands are
with my notifications on. Get a text message that reads, "Hey man, do me a solid. Take the next few pods off." I said, question.
This is it right here.
Mark. Joe then says, exclamation point on the statement.
See, in that right there, the explanation on the statement. First off, somebody like, I don't care. Like, I'm a real nigga. So look, if I'm say me and my two homies are like in this situation and I'm Joe. All right. I'm not gonna tell him to take the pod off, bro. Like, I'm gonna try to talk to him, ask him what his problem is or something. Like, Joe just made like the executive decision, like, yo, take the pod off. Which, truthfully, if we really breaking this down, I better get a lot of views on this, because I'm actually like really thinking about this. Isn't this some shit I'm not bullshitting about? So, truthfully, I believe Joe wanted Rory to get off the pod after that video of him talking about like when he went on the girls podcast and he had his like little rant talking about like his feelings and how he would do certain things and friendship and business and why. Like, when he did that, like that video, I think that went viral because Joe even talked about it later, and I think that shit sat with Joe, and then Joe saw him kept on saying like he wanted to fight Joe, which like is whatever, bro, because I believe you could fight your friends and just be cool as long as y'all understand, like, not fight, but if y'all go like an actual good 30 seconds, get that shit off, and then, you know, just be cool afterwards, it's whatever. But I think Joe kept hearing Rory say that week after week after week, and then it just started hitting him. But reality check, Joe was the first person to say he wanted to fight like Rory on like either Rory or Maul. I can't remember, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know, because I seen this shit on Twitter. Joe was the first person to say that. Then Rory started saying it. But it's just the fact that, bruh, like, you know, Rory. I know, like, bro, look at Rory. I know Rory got some hands, bro. That nigga got some anger issues. I know Rory got hands. Nobody trying to fight Rory right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nobody's trying to fight Rory right now. I fuck with Rory, but nobody's trying to fight Rory right now. Nah, I'm not trying to fight Rory right now. So I think it was an ego thing, and that shit was, I think people were hitting Joe about it, and then Joe was sitting with that like video and shit and thinking about it, told him to take the podcast off. But as a real nigga, like as a real friend, Joe should have just, if Joe felt like that.
I already know what time it is when a man puts the,
and you could tell Maul is pretty pissed too, because watch, Maul only saying a couple words.
So I know the spice, and you know, come on, I'm about to get on Spirit Airlines. I don't need that type of.
And I fuck with Rory because he's still trying to keep the jokes there and keep it calm, but it's just no, because you know what, they had already squashed this issue, so they could have lightly went over this and then talked about like the other shit. They could have lightly went over this, like, yo, we had some issues, it was this, it was that. But the thing is, Joe never took accountability on him being wrong throughout the podcast. Give me a second. So with Joe never taking accountability on the podcast, he it kind of like on the podcast, you know what I'm saying? So it flips the whole momentum and like the vibe of everything. So they sit here and then they have the same argument that they just had, that they just got over on the podcast, which makes it seem like they didn't get over nothing. And then everybody knows, I don't know about y'all, but if I'm talking about the same thing twice, I'm already irritated. You can like, I'm very irritable. You talk about the same thing twice. That's why Maul just kept, like, Maul went into an Allen Iverson speech just about like respect, like sounded just like AI.
Harm in my life.
Already paying for baggage.
Yeah,
honestly, I might make this video like
I'm paying $2 for peanuts and a water.
10 minutes.
No fucking way. So I land in some things transpire over the weekend. Some misunderstandings, some assumptions, some ideas, some male.
See, and all this goes to the fact that when Rory hit him with the question mark, Joe just double stamped the exclamation point at it. Instead of calling him and getting everything settled and understood, he never went to go actually fix the problem. So without fixing the problem, it creates more problems. That's why you always have to start cut the problem off as soon as it starts, because otherwise nothing gets finished, bro. And then now you got everybody's in the ears, and then it's like, everything is just named.
Things. Some things were said that were meant, some things that were said that were not meant. And I just stay in Atlanta.
It's a good place to hide out. Let things boil over.
I went to Magic City. I went to all these other places that looked like they had COVID.
There you go. Now
I was really irresponsible.
Breathe the air.
Magic City.
Was really irresponsible. Care.
Not at all.
They just want to see a bunch of people bicker online for their own entertainment, then move on to the next time someone else puts their personal life out there so they can bicker about it and laugh. We did not feel like doing that, so we decided to keep quiet in the midst of it. But we're here now. And some things have been addressed, some things have been...
Only thing that kills me about that whole thing is like I respect them for being quiet because, you know, like they try to keep this narrative that they're just like super real niggas, which is cool, you know, they might be super real niggas. I'm not saying that they're not. So not talking about it is honestly the way to go. But then when you got somebody like Joe that's like, it's like he's already gonna paint the narrative the way he wants to paint it. So it's gonna be weird. Like it's just a weird situation to be in.
I think talked about, dealt with,
Clarified.
some feelings. You know, Maul and myself and Joe met last week. It was
Back to what I said.
Grown man feelings. It was a little uncomfortable. It was a little. And I'm not saying the word edit. Yeah, it was a lot of feelings for three grown ass men in a living room. Maybe necessary, but I think uncomfortable for all.
And Parks gets on my nerves with this because he chimes in with little ad libs like when Parks says sure, he's on when Parks says sure. That means he's saying he doesn't agree, but Parks knows dead ass like that Joe's wrong in this situation. But Joe's getting Joe and Parks been cool, and Joe's getting Parks a bag like with the network and all that. So obviously Parks not gonna Park can't say anything because you know how Joe gives it up. Like Rory and Joe went on Drink Champs, and then they brought up Marissa, who was like when it was Marissa was on the podcast like. The second person on the podcast, apparently, I thought it was just all. Well, I didn't watch it when it first started. I watched it when it was Marissa, Joe, and Rory. But it was like early on, like way before Maul, like years before Maul. So he said, Joe texted Marissa like, "Yo, you're fired," and like you know they laughed about it and called it a day. But then, you know, it just. Karma came right back around. Like Joe did the same shit. So Parks already sees it. Parks been with Joe for so long, so he already sees it. He knows the vibes. It's nothing but vibes. He knows the vibes, bro.
All of us, because we don't express ourselves as men, especially with friendships.
Not at all. Not at all.
We just know how to argue with our significant other.
Yeah.
We don't really know how to argue with our friends.
We barely know how to argue with our significant other. Let's be clear.
Yeah, we're handicapped in that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll leave that timeline to you guys for that specific part.
Okay, so after, you
can look at Maul and see he's so irritated. Look at his hand. That nigga is not in there, bro.
Well, you sent me the screenshot of what he said, and then we spoke, and I was like, "What is that about?" And you was like, "I have no idea, whatever." And you know, from there, it was just like, "All right, whatever." So then Joe calls me, and he was like, "Yo, what you doing?" I was doing some shit. He was like, "Yo, like, yeah, come to the crib or whatever." But it was one of those weekends I was doing shit.
You were looking at apartments, I believe.
Yeah, Jersey just seemed so far away when you got shit to do in the city.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, like I don't think I'm gonna be able to get out there. But
And then what kills me is Parks is ad-libbing this like he's on Maul's side, but then like later on he's like, "Well, you didn't come over for a couple of days. The show must go on." And then look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm about to end this video right here. If we get over 100 views on this part, I'll keep it going. We're at 822 right now. If we get over 100 views right here, I'll keep it going. But I will end off on this. How am I gonna do this? What is he saying? Oh, basically Joe wanted Maul to come over to the crib so they could talk about what happened with Rory and stuff. So we'll speak on that in the next videos because this is already at 10 minutes. So if we get over 100 views, you know what? If we get 5 likes and 100 views, I'll make a part 2. That's what I'll do. Over 5 likes and 100 views. I'm just starting, so I'm not even like. And give me a subscriber too. Let's get me 1 subscriber, 5 likes. And 100 views, and then we'll figure this shit out. So they hate they see changing. One day we reach fame again. Open road, lonely souls to the fame race. So you already know the vibes.